And we are live. Hello, everyone out there who sees us either right now or after the fact. This was actually a request from Chaz, who's right here in the. Uh, Thank you for that. I hope you enjoy the commentary. And he mentioned also it was me, you, and Stem and Mark, but Mark is a very busy guy. He's working like 14 hours a day. So it'd just be the two of us, and he was cool with that. So but yeah, we'll be watching the director's cut of Drive, which for those who want to follow along who don't own the film, it is on YouTube for free. If you do want to watch it, let me double check on the YouTube channel that's on. But hello, everyone who is in the chat. And of course, hello there, Fabio. Hope you're doing well today. And how are things been going for you?
All good. No complaints. Cannot complain. All good here. All good stuff going on.
So for those who do want to follow along, there's a YouTuber called BanerTube Drive 1997 HD Martha Costa's action movie, 1 hour 57 minutes. That is the version we'll be watching. That is the I guess you would call the director's cut, which is about 11, well, 8 or so minutes longer, give or take. Maybe well, no more than that, 10. Actually about 20 minutes longer. Because it's an hour and 39 minutes, I believe, the original, and then the other is about an hour 57 minutes. So, and the music's a bit different, and I thought that the better version of the movie.
It is. It definitely is.
But hey there, Perry fan, Mark Riff, Mr. D Man, Alex, Preminator. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was a terrible Spider-Man game. Thank you.
You didn't like that one?
No, the first PS2 with Tobey Maguire. No.
Yeah, it's based on the first movie.
Yeah. Terrible controls. Has the worst level ever played, the bomb level. Yeah, find these bombs. You only have like 50 seconds to find like 3 of them, and there's no time, and they kill you in 5 seconds. Yule actually right there was the one who requested it, but he enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Yule.
Cool. And happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. And I'm just thankful the PC SH2 actually worked out for the recording, so I'll have to use that in the future. But preliminary, it's a bit. I'll get to it when I can. You just have to be patient. But thank you, man.
Which AVP is it?
The 2010 PlayStation 3 one. Which I do have the game over there now, so we'll get that when I can, Primateer, but thank you, man.
Jack, I did watch the Critical Drinker video about Steven Seagal. It was mostly accurate. There were a couple things that were inaccurate, but it was good. It was well done. But it was mostly true.
Okay. But yeah, since Chaz is in here, we'll probably get started. This is about a 2-hour movie. So for those who do want to follow along, like I said, it is on YouTube for free by a YouTuber named BanerTube. And we'll be paused at the beginning. I'll do a countdown in a little bit.
Yule, the first Spider-Man movie game, it's okay. I have it on PlayStation 2. I don't think it's the greatest game ever, but it's all right for what it is. It's definitely not the best Spider-Man game. That would be the first PlayStation 1 game as far as I'm concerned.
I do quite like that game. Yes, I have heard the commentary before. It is pretty funny because you have Kadeem, Mark, and a lot of people in the same room. Pretty entertaining. No problem, you. And hello there, Rufus. But we will get started. We are paused at the beginning. I will count down from 3 for those who want to follow along. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Now, the one I have, Film Rise, came up, and then we have the other logo.
Steve Wang, the man.
Yeah, I may be a little bit late
That's okay.
because I'm at the Steve Wayne right now.
Okay, no problem.
But how did you first discover this film?
I heard about it online because I've always been a big Mark Dacascos fan, and I remember hearing about this movie online. And oddly enough, at the time, it was actually playing on HBO. And I don't know if it was by fate, by chance, whatever the case may be, but it just happened to be on, and I caught it and was. Now, unfortunately, it was the shorter version, but I still really liked it. And then I found out, oh yeah, oops, there's a longer version and this and that, and I was like, all right, cool. But that's how I first saw it. It was actually running on cable at the time.
Yeah, the first time I saw this was a VHS tape, which had that cover where it looks more like a car movie, and
Yeah, I don't. The Blu-ray, the MVD Blu-ray uses that cover. I hate that cover. It was so stupid.
I'm like, oh, this looks like just a fun action movie, and it definitely was, but it's definitely better than I thought it would have been because it's a film I had never really heard much about. It was very under the radar, and
Yeah, I remember just getting online, when I first got a computer about 25 years ago, and just, oh, there's this movie Drive, and it's got all these fight scenes, and oh, Mark Dacascos is in it. Well, I like him, so that's cool. And then Steve Wang directed it, who did Guyver 2, Dark Hero, and a bunch of other stuff, and all the stunt people. The stunt team is Alpha Stunts, who worked on Power Rangers and stuff. So it's pretty interesting to look at.
now the scene that was on where he's listened to the recording of the woman, that was not in the original cut. That was in just this cut in particular. But I like the addition. It gives a little bit more personal drive, no pun intended, for the character, among other stuff.
And what's also interesting about this movie is we have John Piper Ferguson here as the bad guy, and
Yeah.
then Kadeem Hardison and Mark Dacascos, and they were all on the Crow TV series together around the same time they shot this movie.
Okay. Huh. Hey there, Jamarol and Jesse. Hope you're doing well. Perry Fang, yeah, picked up Men of War. I mean, it's definitely worth $20. Great movie. Chaz goes in the 90s. HBO had this thing, the Friday world premiere, and Drive was one of those movies. It premiered in December 97, the 99-minute version.
Yes, they did. A lot of these type of movies aired back in the day through there. Yeah, if you still have that tape, I would get it digitized. That's awesome that you recorded it when it premiered.
Nice.
And speaking of VHS, I actually have a bootleg VHS of the longer version because that had not come out in America yet.
Yeah, I remember years ago getting the DVD overseas, which might have been a bootleg without me knowing about it. And yeah, that was the only way, but I'm glad it finally got released by MVD. It deserved it.
Now
Of course, I mean, this was, yeah, go ahead.
the guy on the right with the long hair,
Yeah.
that's David Wald. He was the Blue Ranger and Black Ranger stunt double back in the day for Power Rangers, for those that don't know.
Which specific Power Ranger show?
I think he did Mighty Morphin up until, I want to say, maybe Time Force. He was on there a while. He was on the show for a while. And also, ironically, Mark Dacascos was going to be the original Red Ranger in the '80s when they were trying to bring it over. So yeah, it's weird putting all these connecting all the dots with this movie. It's crazy.
Was that the one that was also going to be Miguel Nunez?
Yeah, he was going to be, I think, the Blue Ranger.
When you met Mark Dacascos, is that one of the questions you asked him about?
I did bring it up, and he goes, "Yeah, it was. Of course, it didn't happen. It was just a pilot." But he said, "I learned a lot, and it's like what could have been, but it all. I think it all worked out for Mark's career. But he said he
Yeah.
learned a lot, and it was fun, and he said it would have been cool if it would have happened, but it didn't. But that's okay.
No, Jack. There's not. Neither film has anything to do with each other. Just the
Nope.
same name. That's it. First heard a drive from you guys, so about 60 years ago. Very cool, General. Very cool. It's crazy the amount of stuff you get for, I believe it was like a $3 million budget, give
Oh
or
yeah.
take. And it's just crazy. You look at films today that have like double the budget and they only have a fraction of the action. And you just ask yourself why.
And it's all CGI. This is all practical because they couldn't afford it.
I mean,
And
why is it that they could have so much action in this, and then these other films later they just show like nothing but people talking?
because they're
But they,
lazy, because they think that's what people care about. No, not really. People still talk about, and this is a movie that never got released in theaters. It went straight to video. When it first came out, there was 20 minutes missing from the movie and everything. And here we are almost 30 years later, and people are still talking about this movie. What today is going to come out that people are still going to talk about 30 years from now? Probably not much.
very true. Now, of course, Mark Dacascos had also been in Only the Strong, Double Dragon, a few other movies. I would say this is my favorite film of his.
Absolutely.
Of course, these two would work together again on the Crow TV show,
Mhm.
as well as I forget what the movie's called, where I think Mark's like teaching a woman how to fight from who had this
Uh,
abusive husband.
what the hell is it called? I think it's Instinct to Kill.
Yeah, something like
It's not that good of a movie. There was no killing. There was no instinct to kill. Nothing. It was just boring. But I mean, Tim Abel played the bad guy, so I can't get mad about that. I love that guy. Actually, yeah, I think they were also in China Strike Force together, so they've worked together several times.
that. I barely remember China Strike
Oh no,
Force.
no, no, no. Coolio. I'm sorry. Coolio was in China Strike Force.
Ah, okay.
My bad. Sorry. But at the time, Kadeem Hardison was known for he was on the TV series A Different World, which was the Cosby spinoff.
I think right before this, he was in Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie
Yep.
Murphy.
I love that with the table. Now, of course, in real life, that table would shred, but it's a movie.
Right.
And I also love the idea that they can't shoot him, so they have to shoot at his feet. I always thought that was cool. It was something different.
Yeah. Obviously, very good Hong Kong style choreography you got here. And I mean, Steve Wayne was a guy from the effects world. I mean, he worked on the Monster Squad, and I think he was on the team for Predator,
He was, yes.
many other films. Like you said, Guyver 2 Dark Hero. He might have been a co-director on the first Guyver with Streaming Mad George.
Yeah.
And we're
Well,
sadly, Guyver 2 Dark Hero doesn't have a better release. The first Guyver does.
yeah, sadly. He had also prior to this, he did Adventures of the Kung Fu Rascals, which is now easily available. For many years, it was not easily available, but that was a pretty funny movie. And he actually worked on the first Power Rangers movie till he quit. He actually was the original director. They hired him because of Guyver,
Hmm.
Dark Hero, and they didn't listen to his ideas, so he quit. I think some of the stuff he shot ended up in the movie though.
Hmm.
And speaking of Guyver 2, Dark Hero, one of the cops here is David Hayter.
Of course, yes.
No, Jack. I saw it popped. The new trailer for the new Mummy movie popped up on my feed earlier, but I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't want to watch that. And then I know people mention Crying Freeman. Crying Freeman had a very similar situation where it never came out in America. It was supposed to, and then it never did. And even now, it's still never come out on Blu-ray or DVD. Like the only way you can get it is if you get it from overseas. But so it's another similar situation.
And of course, like you mentioned, the cop on the right was David Hayter, who was the star of Guyver 2 Dark Hero, but he was also the voice of Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid, the video games. So,
And he did the voice of Captain America on the Spider-Man cartoon.
no, this was not a PM Entertainment movie.
I wish. I don't think Mark Dacascos ever worked with them.
Not that to think of,
I
no.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think he did. Unfortunately, I think it was a little too late. Which, yeah, speaking of Film Rise owns the PM Entertainment catalog, so they should probably do something with that instead of just putting it on streaming.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why like Daily Outbreaks on Tubi and other stuff, and better picture quality, and but no physical release.
Nope, because nobody will buy those movies. Okay, how do you know? Like,
Apparently.
how do you know? Yeah, Jamroy, I believe this was Sana Lathan's first movie, who would later be in that terrible Alien versus Predator film. So, yeah, you can find the pilot that Mark Dacascos did for Power Rangers here on YouTube. I think it's under Galaxy Rangers, not to be confused with the cartoon Galaxy Rangers, but
Is it just a promo, or is it?
no, they the promo is up, and then somebody found a longer version of it, but the full pilot has never come out
Right.
yet. So I asked Mark Dacascos if he had a copy of it. He said he did. So I don't know
Hmm.
if it's on a VHS or what, but he said he had a copy of it. And then Miguel Nunez said he had it, but it was in storage somewhere. So we'll probably never see it. Oh, Land of the Freeze on there. Cool.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
that one's not too bad. Other than them stealing. Oh no, that was Running Red took the footage from Red Heat.
Yeah.
Land of the Free did not.
Land the
I,
Free, the fun one.
yeah, I still want to know legally how they were able to get away with that. I love that they ride around in this motorhome and Tracy Walters just watching trash TV. Like I love this. Like this is fun. Why can't we have stuff like this in movies today? Look, his hair's all sticking up. Like this is hilarious. And the show's not as good as it once was. No, this movie does not have any stock footage. They couldn't afford it. It had $3 million, and Mark Dacascos said they were working 16, you know, 20-hour days and they had to sleep on the set because they didn't want to waste time. And they it's amazing that the movie got made for as little as it money as they had. And but hey, this is what happens when you have people that care about what they do. Yes, Walter the Einstein frog. And I'm sure Steve Wang built that prop. So
Gary Blow, stay off the drugs.
that's to everybody. Don't do drugs, kids. And then we have
No, I think Brittany Murphy, she worked well for the purpose she was in the movie.
mhm.
I don't think she needed to be in it more. I think she was in it the right amount.
And of course, we have Takagi himself, James Shigeta.
You just don't have to kill me. Okay.
We'll do it the hard way.
But yeah, good villains with personality. Again, the action scenes are fluent and fast and quick and well choreographed. It's what you want. Good chemistry with the leads, and did it before Rush Hour. Came out a year before Rush Hour, and I know there's an interview Dean Hardison said where he's met the director and said, "Man, if your film had come out, we wouldn't have been able to release our movie." But I mean, I would love to know the story as to why you could look at this film and not give it a chance. I guess same old, same old. They didn't think Mark Dacascos could sell the film. They thought it'd be a wash. It's a shame. But that's how it is.
Well, thank you, Jack. Yeah, because Only the Strong didn't do that well. Double Dragon didn't do that well, and Mark talked about that before in interviews where it was very difficult for him as an actor because you're too Asian, you're not Asian enough, you're too white, you're not white enough. So it was always a struggle with him. He said. So I mean, it's stupid, obviously, but you should look at the person's talent and not what they look like. I know, even today we still have that problem apparently. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I could see where it would be a tough sell. But also, I mean, it's a buddy movie, it's a road movie. Jackie Chan had just exploded here in America finally, so I mean, you would want to kind of piggyback off of that, but I guess they didn't feel that way.
Very cool, Kyle. Loved the movie. Caught it on TV once. Really kept my attention. Hey, has a good tendency to do that.
Yes, when I met Mark Dacascos, I brought up the Cradle to the Grave fight scene, and he was as disappointed as everybody else was with how they edited it. And he said they didn't know, and, excuse me, until the movie came out, until they went to the premiere. They didn't know it was going to be edited down to what it was. And he said that Jet Li was like really upset about that. And I think that's one of the reasons why he stopped working with Joel Silver,
Mm.
amongst I think like they wanted him to be in the Matrix sequels,
Yeah,
but I think it was like a cameo, and he said no. But then like, well, we're going to pay you all this money, and he's like, well,
it
I don't
was
want to.
forget his name. The guy with the glasses who Keanu has a fight with,
Yeah, I know who you're
and
talking about, but
I forget the
I think it was
character's
just like a
name.
cameo, and he's like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, before Pedro Pascal and Oscar Winey were in every movie. Corey Feldman said he was supposed to be in this movie. I'm sure he tells people that. I need to get a T-shirt that says that. And I know we passed it, but when they asked Mark Dacascos his name and he says Sammo Hung, I always got a kick out of that. And they did work. They'd work together because Mark Dacascos guest starred on an episode of Martial Law as a bad guy. And I asked him about that. He goes, "That was like a dream come true. I got to fight my hero." Like, there you go. Yeah, Predminator. Like I said, whenever anybody, any of my friends wants me to come on, I can't say no. So there you go.
Hey there, Wade Teenston, doing well. Hope you're doing well on this Monday night. Of course, you have a nice reference to Five Fingers of Death.
Which was the first Hong Kong martial arts movie that was released here in America, for those that don't know.
Hey, actually, punch Ron Drive.
The other
Ron
Drive.
Wade, about 21 minutes in, 21, 22 minutes in.
Mark is, I think he is part Filipino. He's like everything. He's Japanese, he's Chinese, he's Hawaiian, he's a little bit of everything actually. So, and then he grew up in Germany. So go figure.
So off not too much of a tangent, but since it's very heavily based in martial arts, what first got you into watching martial arts, like as a kid? Like, what was your gateway to that genre?
I don't think I had a choice because I mean, at that time in the '90s, as you remember, and a lot of other people, it was popular again. It was everywhere. You still had Ninja Turtles that was still going on. You had these guys came into the picture. Mark Dacascos was making movies then. Brandon Lee, the few that he made. Chuck Norris was still big. Seagal, Van Damme. So that was kind of the second golden age, if you think about it, after the '70s when Bruce Lee exploded. So they were just everywhere, just watching these movies back in the day because they were always on or getting them from the video store. And my dad liked Seagal and Van Damme, so I'd watch those movies with him. And yeah, it was everywhere. You couldn't really get away from it back then. So I'm not definitely not complaining. So there you go. And it's like you watch people do this stuff, and it's like, oh, like that's cool. I want to go do that. I want to fly around and hit people in the face, and like he's doing right now. And the joke that they made about Popeyes and everything is still hilarious. And you could not get away with that today. But like, actually, a lot of the things in this movie you couldn't get away with today. But oh well. But yeah, here jumping back and forth because they get caught up. It's all good stuff. You remember Sesame Street? Well, that's what Seagal claims. He's a little bit of everything, but not really. I remember people were like, "Well, he's Italian, right?" I'm like, "No, he ain't fucking Italian. He don't look Italian." Just because he plays an Italian character doesn't mean he is Italian. Like James Caan. James Caan won Italian American Entertainer of the Year award twice, and the guy was Jewish.
No, You'll Hard Target was not the first Van Damme movie I saw. I can't remember the first one. I mean, if I had to guess, it might have been Cyborg.
Yeah.
That might have been my first. And I mean, to Jamral, Bloodsport was definitely huge. I mean, martial arts was still prominent before that with American Ninja, Chuck Norris films. Of course, before that, Enter the Dragon. But Bloodsport definitely made a genre of its own where a lot of people were inspired by it, ripped it off. They had Blood Fist, Blood this, Fist of Blood, probably
Yeah,
Iron
everything
Feel,
had blood in the title after that.
and then yeah, desert, then of course Kickboxer, yeah, Desert Kickboxer, American Kickboxer, Teen of the Kickboxers.
College kickboxers, that was one.
Okay,
That was
I never
one.
heard of that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's one called college kickboxers.
interesting.
Yeah, blood match with Tom Matthews as the lead. That was not a good movie though. Then they made sequels without Van Damme. Yeah, Kickboxing Academy, where Andros, the Red Power Ranger from In Space, makes out with his sister in real life, which I don't understand how that happened, but sure.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So you have, yeah, I don't know how they didn't know that or what the deal was with that, but sure. His brother and sister play boyfriend and girlfriend in the movie, and it ain't like a little peck on the cheek. Like yeah, it's like console hockey. I don't know how this happened, but sure. You could have just said no. Yep. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that's where the hook leaves. That's classic. And they definitely took this from Super Cop, the Jackie Chan movie, because there's a similar stunt in that movie. So they definitely got it from there.
Yeah.
Yes, rest in peace, T.K. Carter. That's sad.
Yes, rest in peace.
I think their mom had something to do with the casting. Well, she birthed them, so she should know more than anybody else. What the fuck is going on in Hollywood? Okay. So your mom is the casting director. All right, I don't even want to touch that one. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Jesus Christ. And yeah, putting their hands in the water. It's all the little things. Movies don't do that anymore. General, everybody had the sweating to the oldies tapes back in the day. Everybody's grandmother had that VHS. That and the Jane Fonda workout video for whatever reason. That's right, Mr. D-Man. You've offended my Italian heritage. You've offended the Shaolin Temple. Now you're going to die, or whatever Bruce Lee said. The gun goes off. Classic. Classic shit. Yeah, Dan Hedaya is actually Armenian, but he always plays either Italian or Jewish. It's hilarious. Yeah, Showdown. Well, Showdown is just called Showdown. It had nothing to do with like a Van Damme title or something like that. But then they did a Bloodsport ripoff called Blood Fight, and Bolo Yoon played the villain. So there you go. They brought him back. The good old days.
It's crazy. I mean, here we are, like about 30 minutes in. We already have like lots of action.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it definitely gives you. I mean, you had the beginning on the boat, you had the bar, you had the construction site. I mean, you already have at least three solid set pieces where there's tons of other films that don't even have one by that point, and it's just infuriating to me with action films nowadays.
They don't care. Nobody wants to see that. Okay. But you think people want to see everything be CGI or everything be green screen like Expendables 4? I was talking to Jamaral, and I don't think he saw the movie, but I told him, I said, there's a scene where Sylvester Stallone knocks on a door and everything but the door is green screen. Everything but the door is CGI.
Yeah, he's
Why?
not wrong. He's not
Why?
wrong.
What the fuck? And then I saw an interview with Dolph and they brought it up. He goes, well, the script was terrible from the beginning. And he said, and Stallone, he wasn't really there because he wasn't the focus and no one really knew what they were doing. So he got a paycheck out of it. Who cares?
I'm laughing. Is one of my favorite lines where he's talking about he's got the battery, the heart, and he's like, I have one too. It's in my ass.
Right.
And you tell Mark almost broke character. I
Because
think
he
he was
probably didn't know he was going to say that.
yeah. I think on the comedy he mentions that he almost broke character.
Yeah,
Hey, yeah, go ahead.
TNA Impact is going to AMC. We live in strange times.
Hey there, Seiko Hobo. Hope you're doing well.
I enjoy Showdown. I quite enjoy Showdown with Billy Blanks. It's definitely one of the better Karate Kid knockoffs.
Hello there, Emmanuel. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Kadeem Hardison is great in it. I don't remember a ton of stuff he did afterward. I mean, other than the stuff we mentioned, but I don't know. He didn't really get a fair shot, it seemed. Which is a shame because he's very talented.
Oh, yeah. I think some of this stuff was cut down in the American version, if I'm not mistaken, or the whatever version you want to call it.
Yeah, the originally was it HBO kind of version. Yeah, you're right. Some of this dialogue was not in there.
No, Kadeem Hardison, as far as I remember, he was never on In Living Color as a guest star. But in Living Color, they didn't really have a lot of guest stars. They just had musical guests for the most part.
Yes, Preston, there's the original HBO version, which is like an hour and 39 minutes, and then this one, which you can find on YouTube under BanerTube YouTube channel, is an hour and 57 minutes. They call it more the director's cut, and it's the better version.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they did, Miguel? Okay, cool. Yeah, Chris Rock was on there for a little bit. I haven't watched it in forever. I remember Sherman Helmsley made a cameo. Rodney Dangerfield made a cameo back. Danielle Harris was actually in an episode of In Living Color, which was funny before she lost her fucking mind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Billy Blanks may have been screwed over by Hollywood, but who's laughing now? Him, because he made $1 billion off of Tybo. So if I was Billy Blanks, I wouldn't be complaining.
Now, look around here. It doesn't look like he was on In Living Color.
I didn't think so.
He was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode, A Different World, of course. Episode of Spencer for Hire. He was a voice on Captain Planet.
Him and everybody else.
Yeah, Love Boat, The Next Wave. Of course, he was a voice on Static Shock, which I reviewed a while ago. Of course, before this, I remember him in White Man Can't Jump. He's a lot of fun in that. Oh, sorry I missed this, Psycho Hobo. Thank you. Recently saw Pitch Black. Such a fun movie. For me, the only good one.
Yeah. Agreed.
Other than the video games. But yeah, that's the only good Vin Diesel Riddick movie, to me at least. That's a good one.
He's a cheeseburger.
Actually, yeah, I have not looked at it yet, but I do have the Under Siege Arrow video. It's right over there.
Cool. I got mine too. Apparently, they already sold out. I find that very
Really?
shocking. Yeah, that's what I was told, that they already sold out of them. Which I'm, for the people that were making fun of it. Well, I guess who's laughing now? Arrow Video.
They say it was a sold on Arrow's site, or was it?
I think it was. I'll check. I was told that it
Hmm,
was.
interesting. Oh, that's good. Then that means they'll have more. Yeah, on their site, sold out the limited edition 4K. Out of stock, sold out. At least the limited edition one.
Yeah, okay, that's here in America. I'm looking at the U. They still have it over in the UK
Oh, okay.
for those that
So,
are over there, but I guess
uh,
here in the States.
and the Blu-ray is still in stock.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah, I got the Blu-ray.
yeah.
I went because I hate that I had to go there, but Barnes and Noble was doing a 50% off sale of their Arrow stuff, so I was able to go to a store and get
Oh,
it. Again, unfortunately, I had to go there.
and even the new stuff counted.
Yeah, it was everything Arrow was 50% off.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that. I had to go to 3 stores, but I found the Ninja Turtles one. I had to go to 3 different stores to get it.
What was the store you finally found it at?
I had to drive to Finksburg, Maryland, which is about an hour. So yeah, I went to 3 different. I went to one store. They said they had it. They looked. They didn't have it. Then I reserved a copy at another store, but they pulled the 4K instead of the regular Blu-ray, and they didn't have. Somebody bought it because they pulled the wrong one. And then I went to another store, and luckily they had it. And I was like, "Good God, people, what are you doing?"
Thank you, RJ. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it.
If I ever, let's try that again. If I ever met Neil McDonough, I'd probably ask about Angels in the Outfield. That was one of his first movies. Yeah, Mr. D Man. A lot of these videos that have been popping up lately have this stupid AI narration, and I can't stand it, so I don't even watch them.
Hmm.
Yes, Van Damme was in this movie. Van Damme was in that movie. You're that lazy that you can't do a fucking interview or narration on your video? Like, you can edit, you know that, right? Like, laziness. Yeah, the house party Criterion, I think that got delayed. So I don't know if that's out yet or not. Preston, yeah, I will continue to show I mean, I showed all the DVDs and the Blu-rays. That's all up. But I'll do the other formats soon here.
Very nice videos. Very
Thank
fun.
you.
Great job on those.
Thank you. Thank you. I remember when you did yours like 15 years ago when you started this channel.
Takes a long time.
Oh, yeah. If I ever met Seagal, I mean, I don't really plan on meeting a Seagal. Not if I can help it.
So, as a man who you have studied martial arts, you definitely know your way about action films. What are the key components to filming a good fight scene? Like the do's and don'ts,
Well, first of all, you got to have people that know what they're doing because there's a lot of
of course.
seen a lot of badly shot fight, and especially edited too, but a lot of really terribly shot fight scenes over the years where everything is a close up, or they use weird angles and everything. Most of it you want to shoot either medium or wide. The only time you want to do a close up is if it's like a punch to the face or the body, or it's trapping, you're grabbing hands, or it's like close weapons and stuff. But you don't have to shoot everything as a close up. All right, you want people to show what they can do. People are throwing kicks and stuff. You don't want to shoot a close up and you can't see them doing the kick. So you want to shoot medium or wide. And of course, most of the time you're gonna have to slow it down because people are fast. Like I'm sure a lot of this had to be slowed down so you can actually see it on film. Wesley Snipes was the same thing. He had to slow down because he was too fast and it looked all blurry and everything. I get that, but it's because these people are good at what they do. Um, but yeah, you want to be able to see what's going on. You don't want to shoot everything as a close up, which I have a big problem with, which I always talk about. And especially with the editing, you don't need to do all this weird herky jerky editing and half cuts and stupid stuff. Like let them tell the story. You just have to hit record, and we can figure that out later. The biggest problem that I have is when everything is a close up, because not everything needs to be a close up. Or they don't. A lot of the time, like what was that movie? I think it was Chain of Command with Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's one fight scene where Michael Jai White kicks a guy, and you could see the mat in the shot. It's like you need to cover that up. Like, come on now. So that's the other problem I have. Like, you need to cover this stuff up, and that's what you get paid to do. And how they don't notice this in editing is weird. And no shaky cam. Exactly. Stop with the shaky. I'm glad that they don't do that anymore, but just it's annoying. I don't want to have a seizure while I'm watching a movie, okay? I want to be able to see what's going on. Yeah, I like everything about Batman Mask of the Phantasm. He's dead.
Do you know who this guy is? Who's sort of the other prototype?
I do not actually. I am curious about that.
Definitely a nice introduction. Throw quarters into people's necks.
Masaya Kato is his name. He was also in Crying Freeman.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's done mostly Japanese films and TV shows. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. But who did he play in Crying Freeman? And I love the song. I know they played it, but "Where's the Party At" song.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a fun song. Works well for the dynamic of the two. Definitely feel the bonding. I mean, you definitely felt they bonded in real life. It comes across on the screen, and obviously, now that they worked with each other multiple times, it's definitely sincere, which is also nice.
And I love the lines here, dude. You got guys just running up on each other. My kung fu is better than yours. Classic. Apparently, he was also in the '98 Godzilla film. He was in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay. He was in '98 Godzilla. He was in Crying Freeman. Okay. So I've definitely seen him before. I just never took it upon myself to look his stuff up, but that's cool.
What does Fabio do in his spare time? He quits meth.
Yeah.
He's like Walter White.
All day. Just that's all. That's why I stopped. I had to stop doing YouTube because
Exactly.
there's so much drugs that I need to be cooking.
That's how he bought all that stuff. He
Yeah,
just
that's how I bought all these movies. Like, I don't work. I don't have a job, or I sell drugs. That's what I do.
sell his stuff at Barn. That's how he bought his $10,000 couch. He'll deny it, but
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, they just can't leave him alone over there with that couch.
ask Jay. I do the same thing to him about the couch. He's like, it's not 8,000. I'm like, okay, 10,000.
And then I watched I didn't know the Covina Christmas thing. I didn't know about that until I saw the stream. Holy shit!
Yeah, that was definitely fascinating.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know what? Let me put this as a separate because it is such a crazy story that sounds like a movie. Truly does.
yeah. You would think that, but it happened for real. It's crazy. And then Uncle Bill, he got up for a minute, and you were talking shit about Megan and Leprechaun, and he's like, "What are you guys talking about?" I'm like, nothing.
Now we have the lovely Brittany Murphy. Rest in peace to her. Die way too young. Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to get into how she. It's just very sad what happened to the last years of her life. I'll put it that way.
And it's very weird circumstances, very strange.
Yeah. What was your first introduction? Was it Clueless? Was it this of Brittany Murphy?
Yeah, probably. Well, might have been because she was on. Wasn't she on Sister Sister for a little bit? I want to say she was. I could be wrong. I'm pulling it up now.
She could be.
I want to say she was in like the first season or two, if I remember correctly. But also King of the Hill, because she was
That's right.
the niece, I think. Yeah, she was. She was in the first couple seasons. I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
She was on Boy Meets World. She was in a couple episodes of that. She was on Sequest. She was on The Marshal with Jeff Fahey, which is a very underrated show. So yeah, probably there is where I first saw her, and then Clueless.
I didn't get to watch much of that show, so for me, Clueless was my first introduction to her, and then this one. Definitely my two favorite roles of hers. She was also in Cherry Falls, which I thought was disappointing. And again, she would continue to work, and then again, some very weird, like you said, circumstances with her passing. Way too young.
Oh yeah.
Way too young. I feel like she had some weird people in her life. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and then the guy that she married later, you found out he was like this con artist, and all this other shit was going on. It's very strange. It's a very strange, unfortunate set of circumstances.
Then later he died.
Yeah, then they said he killed himself because they were gonna investigate him, but then he killed himself, so they couldn't do it. Like it's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
At this time, no, I wouldn't say Mark Dacascos was relegated to direct-to-video because the Crow TV series was on. That actually did very well. You know, he was still doing movies and stuff, so he wasn't completely in direct-to-video world yet. How much do I make selling meth? All of it. I make it all.
Did you follow much of his Iron Chef career? I did not, but I was just curious. Did you?
Well, I was fucking crazy when he started popping up on there because I was like, what the hell? Like, what's Mark Dacascos doing here? And like my dad used to watch it. He's like, who? I'm like, Mark Dacascos, Only the Strong, Double Dragon. No, not ringing any bells. Oh, I thought he was just the Iron Chef. I'm like, well, he is, but just I thought it was weird, but I thought it was cool. I'm glad that I should have asked him about that. I totally forgot, but that was cool when he was on there. I thought that was interesting. I think he was in the video game too. I think they ended up doing a video game, um, and he's in there. And I was like, this is nuts. And I'm sure, honestly, I'm sure a lot of people were introduced to him through there. Yes, I run all the drugs in Baltimore. That's what I am. I'm the King Willie of Baltimore, apparently.
Nintendo DS and Wii 2008 Iron
There you
Chef video game. I never knew there was a. I will have to investigate later. Interesting. Oh, thank you, Mark. Loved your review on Welcome to Racism. That show sucks. Yeah.
Welcome to races.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mark. But yeah, that's pretty much what the hell Welcome to Dairy is Welcome to Racism. Let's talk about racism. Remember racism? I remember racism.
It worked for Stranger Things, so we'll do it for us.
I didn't watch Stranger Things, the new stuff.
Neither have I. Haven't seen a single episode, and I don't plan on it. That's right, Drew. I have a fake job, fake money. Everything is fake. This is all AI. This is not actually happening right now.
But Brittany Murphy does a really good job. I mean, she's definitely cute, but she's also very funny. Very fun comedic performance she gives here.
It's always a good time to talk about Baltimore pizza, Hovlone. So there you go. It's pizza. Everybody likes pizza. Preston, do I sound like I'm from Brooklyn? I mean, no.
Brooklyn's finest.
Right. I mean, if I was, at least I would be, unlike Steven Seagal. And then he tried to tell William Forsythe, you need to work on your Brooklyn accent when William Forsythe is from Brooklyn.
Yeah, Perry fan, the commentary on the MVD, that was done a while ago.
That was done for the DVD back in the day.
And I forget what year the DVD came out. Sometime in the 2000s, I think. It was a while ago. It was cool they brought those features. It's sad they didn't have anything new, but it's still nice to have that release. I mean, I would like to have at least one thing new, maybe like a little reunion thing, but as
the
is.
4K that 88 Films put out, I think has a couple new extras, but I don't think it has anything with the cast.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up.
Again, it's a shame because all this time has passed,
Yeah.
Your wife knew about Mark Dacascos because his movies were popular in the Philippines. Cool.
Huh.
Didn't know that. No, you're good, Hovlone. I know what you meant. No big deal. That's right. Anybody seen Richie? No. Why the fuck would I want to meet Robert De Niro?
And Tadim had a good look to him as well, the dreadlocks and stuff. It was a nice fitting look for the character. Wasn't obnoxious or anything. He's just trying so hard to get through to her, just can't quite get to it.
He just doesn't get it. But that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Mark Dacascos said she was great to work with. He said he really liked working with her. She said when the cameras weren't rolling, she was just as funny as when the cameras were rolling. So
nice.
It was like, cool.
And where was it that you met Mark Dacascos? Which convention was it, if you can remember?
It was at Chiller.
Chiller, okay.
The Chiller Theater in New Jersey.
Cool.
Which that was 3 years ago now, I think. So yeah, I'm trying to get back to that this year. We'll see.
Thank you, Mark. Fought Stranger AIDS, season 5. I definitely don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
I'm gonna have to. I'm going to get requested that show, Mark. I'm going to have to steal your joke now.
Yeah.
Stranger AIDS.
I don't think Robert De Niro likes himself, so there's that. Because Arrow got the rights to Evil Dead Rise for probably nothing. That's why they put it out. So. Or it was probably a package deal. If you want this movie, you got to take this movie because a lot of times the studios will do that. Or other times they'll be pricks about it, like they were, like Warner Brothers for the longest time for Elm Street. They only cared about the first one. It's like, well, we want to do all of them. It's like, well, you're gonna have to pay X amount for the first one, and then we'll just give you the sequels. But that's why nobody ever put it out besides that. And I do find it absolutely hilarious that Warner Brothers is announcing all these 4Ks and they're potentially going to be sold. I just find it funny. And then they did the deal with Vinegar Syndrome. Just weird.
I was going to ask you what are your thoughts on the Vinegar Syndrome going to potentially releasing now.
We'll see what they do because it's like, well, made for TV. I'm like, okay, well, what? And a lot of people are like, well, what about Freddy's Nightmares? I'm like, I don't really see that happening, to be honest. If they do, then that's great, but I don't see that
I believe
happening.
they said made for TV, but then they also have like horror, action, and other genres as well. I believe.
Yeah.
But maybe Bad Ronald. That's a film in the
Yeah, that's one
archives.
that people have been saying that and that, like if they did The Hidden, if they did it right, then I'd be interested. But
Yeah,
also, what about these canon films that they have the rights to and some of these other movies? So we'll see.
exactly. I
Now,
would like them to do the classic "If Looks Could Kill."
yeah, I'd be happy with that too. I like
Yes.
that movie. But there's got to be outtakes of some of this stuff with Brittany Murphy trying to wake up Mark
Yeah.
Dacascos, because how do you not laugh? He Mark Dacascos is in Angel Town, but it's blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
He's one of the gangbangers in the movie. Well, okay, so it's weird with Freddy's Nightmares because yes, Warner Brothers owns it outright because they produced the show. But after Wes Craven died, there were a lot of issues with his estate and what went where and stuff like that. So I think there might be some issues there with ownership because he was a producer on it and stuff like that. So that's what I heard. I know they were having some of his stuff they were having issues with after he died because it went different places. But but they again Warner Brothers, they had so many opportunities to put that out on DVD and Blu-ray. There was that set that was supposed to come out in Germany and then it got canceled, and it's on streaming and it's cleaned up. It's not remastered. It's just upscaled. They're lazy, and I don't know why. Like, again, other than Wes Craven's estate, there's no music, so they can't say what's a music issue because there's no music in the show. They're just lazy. They'll put two random episodes as a bonus feature, but that's it. So we'll see.
David the Demon Dave. Release some trading cards
Yeah,
like
there
the
we go.
Farmer,
The Fama.
Freddy.
I went and watched that entire thing after that stream. I laughed so hard. I needed that laugh. That was my God, that was hilarious.
Get your $30 trading cards with
Yeah,
the
we'll give them
Farmer.
the Fama. We'll give them all the Blu-rays. Put them in the cage. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is that more of their made up stuff on the TV? I'm trying to see.
I think it is. I think all the stuff that's on the TVs is they shot for the movie.
It's actually pretty smart. Pretty smart to do that way. You don't have to pay any rights. You just
Yep.
get a cheap room, film some goofy stuff or whatever, and have it on there.
Now I think this is the only action scene
Double.
where, yeah, because the rest of them, like, yeah, that wasn't him. The rest
Yeah.
of them, I think it was mostly him. But I think this is the only scene, the only action scene where he uses doubles a lot.
I think because like he can do this is just because they had such a tight schedule and they had to do so much. It's like he was doing one thing and they
It's
had
probably,
to,
yeah, it's probably second unit was
yeah,
shooting things.
because he's capable of doing this stuff. It's just again so much to do in so little time.
Right. I think everybody that worked on this movie is proud of it because it turned out great, and people, again, almost 30 years later, people are still talking about this movie. The gun that he uses, it's a Calico, is the brand. Uh, it's funny because it's actually a pistol, but all the movies make it seem like it's a machine gun or a submachine gun. Like I Come in Peace, it's the same one from I Come in Peace, and it's shooting like a million rounds a minute. And it's like, no, in real life that wouldn't happen. It's actually, it's just a pistol.
Well, the alien, they he evolved it. He
Right.
has alien juju juice in it.
He modified it. Preston, I don't think David Harbour had a mind to begin with, but whatever. Classic.
Yeah, you always gotta have your boxes.
That's right. Well, yeah, so they have something to fall into so
Yeah,
they don't get hurt.
and this is always another cool moment with the chainsaw, the arm.
Oh yeah, because every good action movie needs a chainsaw scene.
And done in a creative way too. I mean, he kills himself with his own arm.
Right.
It's
It's
actually,
hilarious. It's hilarious.
I haven't seen that done too often, so nice to have creativity in there.
Yeah. Go. Yeah, that's not Mark Dacascos. Well, that's like when I asked Ken Kersinger why he doubled Kane Hodder in Jason Takes Manhattan. He said because that was second unit because Kane was shooting other stuff. We didn't have time. He couldn't be in two places at once. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love this, just throwing the pots in the pans.
Yeah,
Now the close-ups is Mark Dacascos. The wide shots, you can. That's the problem with Blu-rays. You can see everything now. It's
yeah.
not. I love this. Or he cuts the boots off, and this is definitely the Jackie Chan influence here, using improvised weapons and stuff.
Of course.
Making use of your environment. You wouldn't see this shit in a movie today.
Probably the last I saw was Tihor Kwan doing in that Love Kills movie, which he was good in it. The rest of the movie was kind of there, but he was
I
good.
I didn't get a chance to see that.
It's worth one watch for him, but it has its issues.
Speaking of Mark Dacascos, though, I thought you liked Kickboxer 5, but there was a recent video where you talked about that and you said you didn't like it. I'm sorry. I thought you liked the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I like it more than 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, I just the first one's all for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know why they had that other dude in the movie, though. Like,
Yeah,
I guess they felt Mark Dacascos couldn't handle his own movie, but I never got that about the film. But he was good. I like him in the film.
yeah, I had no issues with him. Wasn't really sure on the villain.
Yeah, he was kind of weak, too.
Just like the We
Yep.
saw we just pick up the gun with the arm attached to it.
And he bites the guy's hand.
It's so much material, so much stuff. Like you get your money's worth and then some with this.
Yep. Not anymore.
I mean, they really went above and beyond, and that's what was so impressive about this film.
That was not Brittany Murphy.
Will throw number one. No, I do not.
Dork stick. I like that. Yep. And $3 million, nothing. That's the catering budget for movies now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had nothing to work with. No, Miguel, it's Kickboxer 5 from back in the day. Mark Dacascos was in because they were, I guess, 2, 3, and 4 did well on video, and with Cody from Step by Step. So they made Kickboxer 5, and then I guess they stopped selling, so they stopped making them. Yeah, Sasha Mitchell, of all people.
But
Apparently,
you don't
he's
mind those, right? The Kickboxer sequels?
yeah, I think
What they are?
yeah, they're all right, but they could have been better as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But apparently, Sasha Mitchell's a dick. I believe it.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I got the Romeo and Juliet music. I love it, or whatever it is. I think it's from Romeo and Juliet. Oh, I wasn't even aware that there was another one. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Kickboxer 5 from back in the day. Oh yeah, it's coming out.
Great.
And apparently, yeah, Kickboxer Armageddon. Well, I know it's not going to be good. There's only one Armageddon with Bruce Willis.
No, Chess, it's not. I don't think that's what Fabio. That's the wrong Sasha. Not Brady from Halloween 4. This is a different Sasha.
No, that's Sasha Jensen. Yeah, Sasha Jensen was in Halloween 4.
You got the right Sasha, just the wrong
And
Mitchell.
Dazed and Confused.
Was he in the
He was
Buffy
in the,
movie?
yeah. That's just what I was about to say. Yeah, he was in the Buffy movie, amongst other stuff.
No problem, Chaz. You fired. No.
Fired.
Again, I mean, just how long the scene is in a good way. Like it's just funny. Tracy Walter, like he's a kung fu guy
He takes the
because of the
mask
double.
off.
Yeah, I think they mentioned on the commentaries. Like, of course, Tracy Walter was the cook in City Slickers. He works for Jack Nicholson's Joker and Batman. Been a
Bob
lot of
Moon.
stuff. Conan the Destroyer.
Yep, I just watched that the other night. Well, you have to think in the '90s it was still very cheap to shoot in California, so you know it's okay. Yeah, Yeah, Miguel, I was not even aware that they were doing another kickboxer. That shows you how much I'm paying attention. No, Sasha Mitchell, he never got locked up. I remember hearing like his ex-wife said that he beat her up. I don't think it's true, but oh, he did get locked up. I don't know. Well, I guess all that kickboxing didn't help. I don't know.
30 days in jail for violating probation related
Huh,
to that.
nice, nice. Cody, I just whenever I see him, I just think of Step by Step. He's just like the stupid stoner kid. I can't,
Yeah.
and you want me to take this guy seriously?
We I passed over it, but you mentioned before, like all the cool little details, even the choreography. Like earlier, when he's by the yellow car and he does that thing where he kind of slides under the curve that's under the door as part of the maneuver. Like all the little details. I could just imagine just how long it took just to choreograph and film this.
Oh
Because I
yeah.
mean, Jackie Chan, when he would do it, would take months just to do a fight scene.
Yep.
So I could imagine just how much time it took to do this stuff.
Or I think it was Dragon Lord, the one like the human chess scene in that movie with Jackie Chan. That took like 800 shots to get done for a 2 minute scene. It's crazy. But that's what happens when you care about what you do, and
Yeah.
unlike now, or the when he threw the stun baton and it hit the can, stuff like that, or the little fight where he's trapping the arms. Like it's all the little things.
Yeah.
No, today, nope, we don't need that. People don't care.
And this fucking bazooka
Yeah.
rocket launcher, I should say.
Kiss your ass goodbye, Turbo Drive.
Okay, is this real? By the way, this rocket launcher
Oh
is.
fuck no, that's Hollywood.
I was gonna say like that was like GI Joe. I love it though.
No, I wish it was real.
Dude needs that for a GI Joe movie or a.
No, that would probably blow up in your hand because it's too heavy. If you have that full of with 3 rockets in it, yeah, that's heavy. You'll fall over and blow yourself up. That's right, Preminator. The bridge is out. And when they blew up the hotel, that was a model and then the building. So it was a good little mix. Today it'd be all CG and it would look terrible. I don't know why that shot's really grainy and the rest aren't, but oh well.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then here he'd blow himself up because the backblast area is not clear in real life. It's a movie. I know it's a movie, but in real life, yeah, Commando when Ray Dawn Chong blows it up or she shoots it backwards.
Now explain that a bit more for those who don't realize when March shot that about the blast and the.
So yeah, in real life, when you're using a rocket launcher, you want everything behind you to be clear because of the concussion from the blast and everything. It can kill you. It can blow up other things and stuff. So yeah, that's why in these movies they're in a room and they shoot it. No, in real life they would all be dead. That room would explode. So because you have to think again, the gases from the rocket have to go somewhere. Back blast area is what they call it. So if you're again, if I was in this room and I tried to use it, this whole room would explode and I would die. So that's how it works in real like Death Wish 3. Don't get me wrong, Death Wish 3 is a great movie, but at the end, in real life, they'd all be dead. Or if you're and I love that she pushes the other girl out of the way. Um, or if you're standing behind it, like that can seriously hurt you. That concussion can push you back and everything. So, because when I was in the army, again, do not stand behind it. Get away from it. It is that is going to hurt you.
Hmm.
And the instructor, I don't think he was all there, but he was funny.
What do you mean by that?
He was like goofy. He's like, "All right, listen up, you stupid motherfuckers, because some of you are going to do what you want to do." And I'm like, "I like this guy. He's funny." Oh yeah. And then you have we were doing like improvised explosive training, and the instructor was the complete opposite. He was like this big nerd. He's like, "Any of you guys like Game of Thrones?" He goes, "Oh yeah, you guys are missing a real good season." I'm like, "All right, this is what I signed up for. A little bit of everything." I guess if you play with explosives all day, you got to be a little nuts.
It's, hey there, Bobby. Hope you're doing well tonight.
I like the old Sprite can. I miss those cans.
God, I can't remember the last time I had Sprite.
Yeah, Bobby.
I mean, I don't mind Sprite for what it is.
I
I
love
don't.
always did. Like when I was a kid, that was the only soda my mom let me drink because there's no caffeine in it.
Hmm.
It wasn't until later I would drink other soda. Now, not like all the time, but most of
Right.
the time because there's no caffeine. But caffeine really doesn't affect me. I don't know what it is, but
Hmm.
it's weird. Yeah, there's a little bit of CGI at the end of the movie, but I can kind of give it the pass because it was 97 and it
Hmm.
was still new, it was low budget. But if they did it today, I wouldn't tolerate it.
The two movie pros. What up? Hey, what up with you? Doing well? It's a nice, comfortable Monday night watching a good film with a good friend. So can't complain. Hope everyone out there is having a good time.
I'm not an expert in anything, so there's that.
I disagree. You know about martial arts. You know about martial arts films. You know about action. You know about military weapons like rocket
Okay.
launchers.
Yeah, don't stand behind it. But in real life, they're not that exciting. Same with grenades. Like in the movies, like, oh, grenades. In real life, grenades are not that exciting.
I've heard that. I've heard that it's not as much of a
No, they're
explosion as you would think.
yeah, that's Hollywood. They're not that exciting. You after you see it the first time, you're like, really? That's it? Hollywood's a lie. Star Wars is bullshit. I know. I don't think Scout Taylor or Compton lost her mind. I think Danielle Harris did. I don't think she did anything wrong. So, of course, we'll never know. She'll just get mad at Dead Pit. It's fucking goofy. B movie celebrities, man. Like they're crazy. I swear to God. You got mad about what somebody said about you on the internet, and have you seen some of the movies you were in? Like what are you upset about? No, Pepsi's communist. Fuck Pepsi.
Thank you, Antonio. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was fun to get that thumbnail.
There you go. Yeah, I'm an expert on Baltimore. Don't fucking go. Don't go.
So it's interesting to see like these old school phones that so different from you just have a cell phone nowadays. But back then you have this little monitor just for your phone, and
Yep.
I never used one of those back in the day. I don't know if anyone in the chat has. Have you
No, I
ever?
never used anything like that. No. Car phones. I remember car phones back in the day.
Yeah. Did you ever use one of those?
Yeah, my dad actually had one for a little while. Ooh, they were crazy. I know people complain about cell phones, but have you ever used a car phone? Like, they were terrible.
Was there ever like decent reception, or was it?
No, it was all sounded like you were underwater and it was cut in and out. It was terrible. And you had to put the antenna on the top of the cars, and the frequencies would interfere with the radio, so sometimes you would hear the radio on the phone. Yeah, the good old days. I don't want to hear these kids complain about Wi-Fi and self. You guys don't understand what it was like back in the day. I completely agree, Mr. D man. As much as she complained about Jamie Lee Curtis treating her like shit, well, I guess she took a couple notes because she's on her merry way to be the same person.
No, I never heard that they thought of a sequel to Drive.
No, this movie didn't need a sequel. Not every movie needs a sequel. Well, Danielle Harris has room to talk. She made that uh, cameo or whatever it was that they showed, the Dead Pit guys showed, and she was like bitching about her kids. It's like, then why did
Mm.
you have kids? That's what I love about these people. All they want to do is complain about their kids. Then why did you have kids?
But some good dialogue in here to really get into the, no pun intended, emotional drive of the characters. I can't remember if this was in the original cut. Might not have been, because I'm
I
sure they were probably.
Yeah, I don't. I think you're right because they cut part of the other scene out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it wouldn't make sense, I guess.
because we can't have dialogue. I'm like, there's tons of action. The dialogue works.
Right.
So, but
Yeah,
whatever.
that CG, that helicopter shot. It is what it is. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can give it the pass. 99% of this movie is practical effects and everything. The little bit of CGI, I can forgive it
Yeah.
because it was 97, number one. CG was still new. Number two, it was a low budget. They had to do what they had to do. So it's not really that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, I mean, especially for such a brief shot. I mean, there are films that have like wall to wall.
Yeah. The whole movie is CGI.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
like the
that
idea of this club, though.
yeah,
Apollo
that
14.
video that they put up, I saw that before. That was a documentary they did back in the day on Danielle Harris and yeah, I'm going to be in Halloween 6. No, that's
I
no,
didn't know
no.
there was a documentary.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was MTV or whoever did that.
Hmm.
But they did like a little documentary about her because they show it. I don't know if it's still here on YouTube, but it was because they show behind the scenes footage of when she was on Boy Meets World because it was around that time. And she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get the part. I'm gonna no, you never were gonna get the part because they didn't want to pay you to come back. That's why."
Hmm.
Now the truck driver singing,
Yeah.
that's R.A. Makaloff, who played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Oh, okay. I'm. Oh, I bet that will be one Vinegar Syndrome will do, because that was
Yeah,
because they did part two, and that was only a Warner archive. So I would not be surprised that's one they do.
And apparently, part two did very well for Vinegar Syndrome. So,
Yeah. I think
and oh, go ahead.
uh, I was going to quickly. Yeah, Mark Grace Randolph said Balance is a love story, where her life is a horror story. So I'm sure she would know that. So Balance just a shitty fucking movie.
Didn't see
And
it.
I already did a rant on it, so I won't go on for like 20 minutes on
I
it. It's
love
horrible.
I love your rant. It was awesome.
But thank you. But it's a horrible fucking movie.
I didn't need to see it to know.
No one needed to see it.
Now the guy on the left was he was in Guyver 2 as well. He was the secret agent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Antonio, my thoughts on Trump wanting Rush Hour 4. Apparently they're making it now, so
Yeah.
do I want to see a Rush Hour 4? No. So I think he was just saying that to be funny. That's all. General, everything in Expendables 4 was CGI for the most part,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons why that movie sucks. But there's many reasons why that movie sucks. I'll watch my own Rush Hour 4. I'll just watch Rush Hour 2 twice. There we go. Now we're talking.
I'll just watch this.
Yeah. The unofficial Rush Hour.
Well, for I'm not getting any of that. I had to shut off I had to literally just be off the internet the whole week.
Yeah, seriously.
So I just was just busy doing my own stuff. And I'm like, I'm not even going. The only time I'm going on the internet is to upload a video and maybe see if someone messaged me on Facebook. That's it. I'm tired of it.
Yep. You're not wrong. People have lost their fucking minds more than they are the little bit that they had left. Well, I mean, Predator, they could do anything and they choose to do this stupid shit. No wonder Matt rage and I rage and all these other people rage because there's so much potential there for the character and they keep doing stupid shit with it.
No, yeah, let's make it like Star Wars. Let's have them literally pretty much have lightsabers that are red. It's pretty much what it was. And
Let's make it a comedy and let's do this and no. Yes, Chaz, I agree, but it's very difficult in today's world. Also, the fact that Tracy Walter is always eating, I just love that little detail too. It's just funny. It's just the little shit. Like,
it's just funny to see the device the guy was holding too, such this big massive device that once again the budget they cut what they needed to do. It may not be the most sophisticated looking thing, but it works for the movie. Because this is the stuff we want to see. The action, you got some nice slow-mo at times.
yep.
Good choreography. Give the people what they want. I know
Right.
such a weird concept. There's so many films that don't do that. I'm like, just give the people what they came to pay their money for. And they want to do the opposite.
Yep. And they wonder why people don't go to the movies anymore. Well, that's part of the reason why. Number two, everything's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
$20 just to get a ticket for the movie is crazy, depending on where you are. And then snacks. That's where most of the theaters, most of their money comes from concessions anyway. And it's like I'm not paying $12 for a bottle of water. You people are out of your fucking mind. I oh man, what movie was it? I can't remember. I went last year and I smuggled in bottles of water, and I think I was the only person in the theater, or there was very few people. But the kid came in to clean up and he saw that I was drinking it, and we both it was like a movie. We both looked at each other like he's like, "You're not supposed to do that." But he didn't say anything to me. But he just had that look on his face. I don't care. Yeah, IMAX is $33. Are you kidding me? God. Wow. I'm good. I'll stay at home. I'll watch FobMax.
Wanted a small icy, and it was $10. I could buy a whole 12-pack of Mellow Yellow for
For the same
$8.
price, yeah.
For cheaper. 12-pack for $8, but a little icy for
It must
10.
be cheaper in Texas because the damn 12-pack was $10 last time I bought one.
It might depend on the type of soda too,
Okay.
or were all of them $10? Did you
Well,
notice?
it was yeah, I think it was I think Coke was on sale. But it was
Hmm.
like $10 for a 12-pack. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Now that shot makes me cringe when he drops the microphone because that's a ribbon microphone and they're very valuable. But I know it's a movie, but it's like, oh, yeah. Here we go, the final showdown. This is awesome.
Do you have one of those, or do you
Oh,
think of getting one?
I wish I could afford one. Those are the old school
Okay,
ribbon microphones, and they're depending on the condition they're in, they're very expensive.
gotcha.
And then again, if they work or not too. But they're beautiful microphones. But yeah, those are like depending on the condition, like $20,000, $30,000. So yeah, they're
Mm,
very expensive.
gotcha.
Hey, what's up, Sashim? I'm good. Hope you're good.
Hi there, Sashim.
$33 for IMAX. James Cameron can kiss my ass. Stop ruining your movies. I like that. The guy in the I don't even know what those are called. I do remember him from back in the day when he's in the thing and he gets shot. Yeah, this shot here is CG, but it is what it is. I can for one shot, I'm good.
Isn't it
But
like a
yeah,
gyroscope?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's what they're called. Yeah, all this makes up for it. These guys riding around on dirt bikes and
yeah,
shooting and blowing stuff up. Yeah, I can I can get over a 30-second shot of CGI.
yeah. I did an interesting location. This whole Apollo 14 motif
Mhm.
makes it a bit unique for your finale.
Actually, I almost forgot. The other way.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. When I bought the Blu-ray, there was the website I got it from. They sent these.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
They only made 60 of them, so they sent two in each of the
60.
Blu-ray.
Okay.
So I was like,
Was
cool.
that the 88 films or MVD? Or how was the?
This was MVD, but I bought it from Goody Emporium. Was the place? I guess they had them made up for for their release of it on their website. So I'm like, that's cool.
Well, thank you, Bobby. Okay, those would be interesting. So, a tape of Alien 3 is sleeping on a bed. Ain't my bed. Fabio said I found something on my bed and it's Alien 3. I don't know why Fabio would be in my room, steal my
I
stuff,
don't
I
know.
guess.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Alien 3 said uh, he's a shit movie smasher. Jump to Matt. Oh, okay, so the movie's attacking me. help. There's a shit movie. Smash it. So Fabio said, put it on a plate. Alien 3. Matt said, well, Fabio
Oh,
wants to smash Alien 3. I'm sure he does.
it's on my bed. I'm shooting it. I'll buy a new bed. Get off my bed.
Well, I guess you'd be shooting my bed, but I guess I'll take
I see
the
it on anybody's bed. It's getting shot.
I'll take the hit for the Alien 3 to die. Hell, shooting the bed may make the bed feel better.
Maybe.
May make the bed not be so damn stiff. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. Yeah, fuck Alien 3. But
Twist
thank
his
you. I appreciate it.
twist the guy's ankle and then kicks him right in the head. There we go.
Oof.
Kicks the. You could see the wires. He kicked the light, the headlight. He
Mm.
flew off the light. Yeah, you could see the wires that pulled him off. But that's again the problem with HD.
Yeah.
Not Kadeem Hardison when he hit the dude with the astronaut.
Yeah.
And look, no blood. He just cut the guy and there's no blood. See, it's just so funny when the Matrix came out. Everybody complained it was violent. There's not really that much blood in the movie. I just watched it a couple nights ago. It's really there's no blood really in the movie. I mean, maybe a little bit here and there, but it's so violent. Are you sure? If you must have watched a different version than I did.
Sashim, not yet. To answer your question. But yeah, very well done stunts with all the motorcycle stuff. So really close calls. Definitely a lot of dangerous stuff to go through.
Oh yeah, it was all real. It was all practical. Yeah, it's crazy going to a baseball game. Fucking beer is $20, and then they want you to leave a tip. I'm good. Fuck you want a tip for? You didn't do nothing. I like that with the sunglasses. That's stupid. It's a distraction. He did it to distract him.
What people were saying it was stupid, or
Well, no, it just somebody would say, "Well, that's dumb. Why would That's corny. That's cheesy."
mm. Oh yeah, they would.
That's the John Woo style. Better tomorrow when Chow Yun Fat's putting on the sunglasses and everything. Come on.
But again, a lot of times films are. I mean, there's steepism and there's a type of exuberance and energy and stuff that you want to. You're not making documentaries. These all are not all supposed to be documentaries. So I mean, even back in the day, they did quite a few. I mean, Buster Keaton even he would do these crazy stunts and stuff to entertain the audience. Most of the stuff in real life is dozen ways to die, but
Yeah, it's
you do
fantastic.
it's for entertainment.
Right. People, it's funny that certain things they'll complain about, other things they won't. Like when Jackie Chan does it, oh, that's art, and it like really, it's still the same thing. It's just he does his on a wider scale. Like, come on now. But they won't. They'll complain about Commando, but they won't complain about Terminator 2. I'm like, okay, same
Right.
thing, the same guy. And
Um. Yeah.
one of my favorite lines in the movie. Well, if it isn't my favorite cheese-eating dick monkey, I don't know why that line has stuck out with me, but it does.
Ahmed, no, haven't heard of the film. When do you think Drive started to get a cult status?
I think probably immediately because it didn't get what it deserved, here in the States. And it was this edited version. And back in the day, in the early days of the internet, people overseas, well, my version has this, and the magazines and stuff. I think it just kind of had it from the beginning.
I think after Rush Hour 2, those were hits. Then people wanted to see what films were similar. And so they found a film like this. They go, wait a minute, this is came out before Rush Hour? And then they see, man, this has even better action, more action than the Rush Hour films. And on cable and on VHS, they were able to find, like a lot of films are found. But I mean, nowadays with streaming, it's easier for films to get lost because there's so many, and that's if they do have them up, because they may take them off, they may do this and whatever the hell they want. You don't go through stores and look, and a lot of times that's how you find it. Hey, what's that? And then you take a chance on it. And word of mouth, people either talking about it or you read about it in a magazine or stuff. They don't really have that nowadays.
That shot where he slams his hand on the ground, that's Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan would do that in his movies and his fights. That sound effect, that whoa, 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 that was the sound effect of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat when he would shoot the spear out. I don't know how they got away with that. Yeah, but I think that was the problem with Life After Fighting, is because it's on streaming. There's so much out there. That's why people didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's the problem today, because there's just so much out there, and every day something new is coming out. It's hard to find stuff now. Well, good stuff at least.
Yeah, the only way is if you're subscribed to someone and they talk about it or they review it and they go, "Oh, I haven't heard of that film," or "Okay, that film exists," or something. And that's really the only way people can find stuff nowadays, unless you're someone who purposely looks on a weekly basis for stuff. Yeah, HBO, it premiered on. It was released on there first, and then VHS.
When they would have the premieres back in
Yeah.
the day. A lot of movies premiere. I think Stone Cold with the Boz. I think that was an HBO premiere back in the day, even though it went to theaters. I think that was one. A lot of the Lorenzo Lamas movies were. A lot of the PM Entertainment movies were. Back when they didn't have now of course they have the streaming services, but back in the day, a lot of people don't realize they didn't have as much of a back catalog as people think that they did, which is why the same movies would play 4 times a week on there, because they had spots to fill. Yeah, Batista.
And that's another thing is, like, right now, me, you, everybody with our computer, you could pretty much do anything. You could play any video game you want. You could find any movie you want. You have a lot more options. Back then, when you don't have as many options, you're willing to search and find stuff you would not have found before. So I didn't go to the video store or flip through. Remember, guys, flipping through channels to see or look at the guide and see what was on? I mean, that's how I first found Hard Boiled. I was flipping through and I'm like, oh, what's this? And it was at the third act in the hospital. I'm like, why did I see this? Why did I see this from the beginning? And that was one example, finding Hard Boiled, among other films.
Yeah, exactly. Today, that's what these kids don't understand is they got everything at the fingertips now. It's like, no, it's not how it always was.
Right.
Like I said, I had to drive to 3 different stores to get one movie, and back in the day, that's what you had to do. A lot of times, if it was a mom and pop store, maybe because they carried everything because that's how they stayed in business. But if you had a Blockbuster, sometimes your Blockbuster wouldn't have it. You had to go to a different Blockbuster, or they had to order it for you. Or yeah, that was funny. The first store I went to, the girl was like, "Well, we don't have it. You want us to order it?" I'm like, "It's 2025. I'll just order it myself." Yeah, Jackie Chan's "Who Am I" was a HBO premiere back in the day. I remember that. Showdown in Little Tokyo was, even though again it went to theaters, barely. But Gia with Angelina Jolie, that was one of their original movies because they would have their original films and then they would have their premieres. Down goes Bob the Goon. No, I actually saw this on HBO back in the day. That's where I first saw it. I did have the VHS, but it broke. I watched it once, I rewound it, and then the tape snapped. But I'm like, well, it's the edited version, so I guess I can't be that upset about it. But I do have I actually not long ago, I found a bootleg VHS of this version. I think they just transferred it from the DVD, but
Hmm.
from the overseas DVD. But it's okay. I like finding that kind of stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had to go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
We had to do that for Cannonball Run. Like the Blockbuster we would go to did not have Cannonball Run, and we had to go to a different Blockbuster to get it. And they made such a big deal. They're like, "Well, make sure when you return it, you have to return it to this store." Like, yeah, we know. Like we're not stupid. It's not like Redbox. You take it back to whatever Redbox you want. No, I'm good. I don't think my dad's ever seen it. Maybe, but I don't think he's ever seen this one. I think Men of War with Dolph. I think that was an HBO premiere. I know Army of One was. I want to say Men of War was too. I could be wrong, but the Peacekeeper was because there's an ad for that here on YouTube. Yeah, I miss going to the video store as well because that was what we have now with streaming and shit. That's what it was back in the day. That was your streaming service. That was your internet. You would just find something off the shelf. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, the movie is nothing like the artwork. Well, that sucks. I'm never going to watch that again.
This was always a fun bit where they both stop the trigger and they're both holding the guy back from it. It's a fun bit of teamwork there, especially that realization they have, like, what the fuck?
Time to blow. Time to blow. Yeah, back in the day, HBO and Cinemax, because they're the same company. Um, yeah, they were great back in the day because they had a lot to offer. They had a lot of stuff to show on there. I watch a lot of stuff back in the day on there. Now I don't even know what's on there. Now this is a model, so they built it to blow it up, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
And I love that the rocket takes off. I always thought that was cool. Yeah, Army of One, The Peacekeeper, Silent Trigger, Men of War. Yeah, those were all, I think, HBO premieres back in the day. Actually, a lot of those, I think all of those movies I first saw on there.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
Hey, hey, what's going on, Sean? All good. Tiger Fist. It's Steve Cheeseburger.
Yeah, probably the only semblance they could have done a sequel is earlier we saw that he had like multiple engineered guys. But like you said, I mean, one film is good enough. Not every film needs a sequel.
Let's go blow something up in LA.
No, Miguel, I don't really watch trailers nowadays.
Yeah, they had to. He said LA because that's where he had to go to get the money and everything. So even though the whole movie was shot there for the most part. Yeah, David Hayter, cop number one.
So wait, are they still going there to get the money, or was they there to hand the money over to them?
I think so. He said, "Let's go blow some shit up in LA." So
Yeah, I mean,
there you go. Yeah, the majority of the stunt people are all people that worked on Power Rangers. I'm looking at the names now. Yep, they all worked on Power Rangers. The stunt coordinator, Koichi Sakamoto, he worked on Power Rangers for. I think he still. Well, I don't think it's on anymore, but he even when Disney took over, he still worked on the show. He was there forever.
do they still do new Power Ranger stuff nowadays?
I don't think so. I think they
Okay.
ended it a couple years ago. Not. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I haven't followed it in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just got tired. Because it was when Saban got it back, I was excited, and then I watched the first season. I was like, "Oh, I've seen this before. It's called Mighty Morphin." Um, no, they stopped in 2023.
Mm.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, and it's kind of up in the air because I think part of it sold, and then Disney got back involved with it. I'm reading here. Apparently, they're trying to. I think they're trying to do a movie. They're trying to do a remake, but then the toy company's not involved or something. I don't know. I give up. So I'll I'll watch the old ones. I'll stick with the good ones. They should have made a sequel to that movie that came out about 10 years ago, but it didn't do that well. Well, it didn't help that they opened it. I think it came out the same weekend that the Beauty and the Beast remake came out.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And then I was overseas at the time and you couldn't see it. It wasn't in the theaters there.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad film.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good, but nope, no sequel for you. I mean, I didn't need all the Krispy Kreme references, but I get it. It's product placement. So
Yeah.
it's one thing I didn't care for. It's like, why do they have to go to the Krispy Kreme? What is the obsession with? Why is Rita going to the Krispy Kreme?
Stuff her face so she shuts up.
Yeah, please.
Now I didn't see a movie channel. Ahmed, never heard of that channel. 50 Cent Action. No, but that's cool. No, I never heard of it before.
Yeah, because now they're putting everything up on YouTube for free because they're trying to compete with the streaming services.
Yeah.
They might, Chaz. I don't know. I mean, I've gone to Krispy Kreme, but there's, there's none. I don't think there's any around here. I think it's all Dunkin' Donuts, and why the hell would I want to go there? People, blocking the whole road is blocked with traffic because people got to get their shitty coffee. Yeah, because the two that we have here where I live, they're on main roads, and in the morning, you gotta take a detour because you cannot get by because everybody's just lined up to get their shitty coffee. So you shut down the whole freaking town so you can get a cup of coffee. I'll sit
You
at home
shut
and go,
down the airport. You shut
yeah,
down.
shut the area down. Edit it on an Avid. There we go. Which they don't use anymore, but that was uh, the standard for a long time. Now it's funny because it says DTS stereo and DTS surround in select theaters, but we didn't go to theaters. Oh, it's a live. Okay, gotcha. I thought it was just a regular. It's a live channel. Well, that makes sense. GameStop closed 400 stores. Well, I don't shop there, so I
Nah.
couldn't tell you the last time I went to a GameStop.
For me, it was probably like 2000. No, I couldn't tell you either. Whenever I got those PlayStation 2 games, maybe 2010 or something.
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah,
been
I
a
think that was
while.
probably the last time I went to one.
Yeah, ain't worth it.
It's a glorified pawn shop. It always was. Well, I was pissed because in the mall here, when we had a mall, we don't have a mall anymore. It's condemned. Um,
Mm.
it was for the longest time it was EB games, and I used to go in there all the time. And then one day, it was not EB games anymore, and I was upset because you could get movies in there back in the day. They sold DVDs.
Mm.
And then GameStop, they started. I remember about a year or so ago, they were starting to sell Blu-rays and 4Ks, but I don't know if they stopped doing that or not.
Were there any issues, like stories you have with GameStop, or not really? Just not good prices and
No,
stuff.
not it was. Yeah, it was always overpriced, and their selection was never the best. And they were all for the most of their stores were really small. They were either in malls or they were in strip malls, and they were always very small. Um, so there wasn't really much that you could get there. But yeah, it was just always overpriced, and they never had. After a while, they got rid of all the retro systems because they had those for a little bit, and then when they got rid of those, I'm like, well, why would I want to go there? I don't care that much about modern systems to go and be overcharged for prices.
So yeah, that was Drive with for Mark Dacascos, Kadeem Hardison. Still holds up. Still a very fun, fast-paced action-packed movie. Two great leads. Got chemistry with each other. Wonderful set pieces. They did very well with the low budget. Sometimes you see a little bit of seams in there, but it's more than fine because they put a lot of effort and time, which a lot of these movies nowadays don't have even a fraction of that effort put into it. So it's very commendable what Steve Wayne and the crew did with the time that they had and the budget that they had. And they don't make movies like that. They don't have that much heart, spirit, tenacity to get things done like they did during this heyday. So It's a shame, but that's how it is. That's why we have these films to watch, to remember.
Absolutely. Again and again and again and again. I also don't know why. I want to say it did get a DVD here in America, but I think it was the shorter cut. But I want to say that went out of print for a while, and that was hard to come by. But like I said, I never had that one. I only had I had a bootleg DVD. I found it at a comic book convention of the longer cut. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It actually did get a DVD here in the States, but it was no, well, it was in full screen, and then it was the shorter version. So yeah, but I think that one was people wanted that for some reason for a while. It was hard to come by for a little bit.
Hmm.
Now it doesn't matter because it's on Blu-ray. Yeah, while I have it pulled up. Yeah, the 4K does have from 88 films. It does have a new featurette on there, but I don't think it has any of the actors or people that worked on the movie.
Hmm. Okay, that's still cool though.
Yeah. Yes, Miguel, go watch it. Go check it out.
Yep, it's for free on YouTube if you want to give it a watch.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was trying to mute myself so I wouldn't
No, I
blow
got
people.
you. I understand. I got you.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, fantastic movie, Jamroll. Thank you, Chaz, once again for the request. It was a lot of fun to do. Uh, at some point, we will be back because we have another requested commentary for Death Wish 4. That just, I'm not sure when, but we'll definitely get that done at some point. That was another request. From Jamroll, from you, I believe.
Yes.
So that will be fun to do as well. So we'll definitely get into that. I just have to look at the schedule and see. But don't worry, Jamroll, won't forget about that. But thank you for that as well. Glad you had fun, Chaz. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll call it there. Got about 9:12 p.m. Thank you once again, Fabio, for taking the time.
Of course.
This was a lot of fun as always. You guys, anyone in the chat who sees this now or after the fact, I hope you have a safe week. Be careful out there. Keep both feet on the ground. Enjoy life. Life is too short. Take it day by day and just take a moment and enjoy yourself. Being selfish is bad, but it's not too bad to be a little bit selfish. Take at least some time for yourself because you never know what tomorrow will bring. So, take care, everyone. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.